So it's been about a few weeks now since the iPhone 14 Pros have been out, and I honestly do think with the iPhone 14s, they're just such a small incremental upgrade. But with the iPhone 14 Pro, I feel like this is a different type of phone than the iPhone 14s. We're normally seeing this with the Pro models. But the thing we kind of have to keep in mind is that Apple is purposely trying to make as many differences as possible between the base models and the Pro models, so then more and more people would, be more inclined of buying the Pro models. So that way, Apple will make more money in the long run. But I feel like this is going to cause more of a problem because if less and less people feel like they want to upgrade their phone to one of the more expensive models, they're going to end up keeping either some of their older models, or maybe they'll even end up switching over to maybe Android or to maybe a Samsung phone or something like that. I kind of feel like that's more of an option nowadays. I feel like a lot more people are more comfortable switching from an iPhone to an Android and vice versa, rather than even like 4 or 5 years ago. I see a lot more stories coming about of people switching between these two operating systems, and I feel like if Google gets their way and if iMessage ends up coming into some support for Androids, then I feel like that's going to be, mean even less in the future, and probably we're going to be seeing a lot of people switching between a Pixel and an Android. We're going to be seeing more people switching from like an iPhone to a Pixel or an iPhone to a Samsung and vice versa. Now, with the iPhone 14 Pro, I think with this phone, after comparing it to tons of other iPhones for the last few weeks, I feel like this iPhone, it's a good iPhone, it's completely okay. I don't think it's a waste of money, but I do think for the $1,000 that Apple is trying to get for this phone, it is just such a small upgrade as well, coming from the iPhone 13 Pro. I feel like the main selling point, which is that, dynamic island display, there really isn't anything that, the iPhone 14 Pro can do that the iPhone 13 Pro can't already do. I feel like what Apple's trying to do is that they are trying to, again, for, another reason, delay features and, offset features for as long as possible. That way they can go ahead and, make us look forward to something in the future. But that only works if, they give us something in between. They haven't really given us that much to kind of work with for the last several years. I mean, the only thing Apple has kind of done that I can even think of in the last 3-4 years is to pretty much giving us, ProMotion display. I think that was the big thing. Other than that, everything has been pretty much software updates. There's been very little hardware things that Apple has given us. Some things they can give us that I can just think of off the top of my head is reverse wireless charging. Now that would be a really big feature that, a ton of other phones, Google Pixels have it, Samsung phones have it, a lot of Android phones have it that are like flagship $1,000 phones. This is a feature that if Apple were to bring into, the iPhone 15s, that would be a monumental feature that I feel like, if you could wirelessly charge your AirPods and your Apple Watch at the same time, that would be a big thing to go and upgrade to. But I feel like Apple just isn't really giving us too much to work with right now, and that is pretty much where, that's kind of where we're at as of right now. So I'm going to drop a full review probably in the next few weeks, but even then it doesn't really matter. I'll probably make like a month, long review of it. But it does seem like the consensus of this year's iPhones are just, people aren't really that excited or that happy about these iPhones this year. So I would love to hear your thoughts about them. Let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.